Whoa. This camera is sick. My gosh. The color of my eyes are like light brown. Focus. Focus. Whoa. I like it. I like it a lot. Welcome. So I have homework to do. So that's what I'm doing for class. Yeah, watch me on a time lapse. So I have homework to do. So that's what I'm doing for class. Yeah, watch me on a time lapse. So I have homework to do. So that's what I'm doing for class. Yeah, watch me on a time lapse.
I'm hoping by the end of this class you're thinking about all the time, but this is really trying to get you guys to do a very kind of easy assessment and trying to get you guys to think about media in a different way by literally changing our lens. A lot of times in American studies, we are really good at changing our lens when we're supposed to analyze something like race and something like gender and something like sexuality, right? But we do a less good of job trying to analyze something like a metaphoric concept, like something like a period of time, right? And night is a really interesting way of thinking about another different kind of American studies lens to apply it to a media, which is what we're so good at, right? So this paper is short. It's due in 2 weeks. You will thank me come week.
Good morning. Welcome. Let's see. Since I'm doing a vlog, I think I'm just gonna stick to weekly vlogs. I think that's better for me until people say they want like a daily vlog, which I could do. It's possible. I mean, I'm taking 6 classes this semester, so it just depends. But I feel like a weekly vlog would be good. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this camera. Scrumptious. So, it is a very sunny day here in Southern California, per usual. I am going to Chick-fil-A because I want a frozen coffee, and they only have it during breakfast up until 10:30, I think. So I'm gonna get a frozen coffee. I have a podcast to listen to for one of my classes called American Placemaking. So yeah, come on my day-to-day with me. And then I have class at 1 too for that class. Hey everybody, back. Let's see if I can get good lighting. Back from Chick-fil-A. I got the fruit cup $3.69 in this little tiny container. Look at how small that is. Honestly though, every bite of fruit was ripe, so they did not disappoint. And then the frozen iced coffee, wow, great. Even though I think it's just ice cream and iced coffee blended, it's the experience and the quality service I get too. Cheers. I was just FaceTiming my friend And she's saying that she wanted to buy, what was it? I think it was the Animal Crossing makeup palette. I didn't even know that Animal Crossing was doing a makeup palette. I do have the game. We do play together sometimes. But I didn't know they're into makeup or doing collabs. So now I'm gonna just sit in my car and listen to one of the podcasts that I have to do for class and just spend some time by myself, you know? Just some quality alone time, you know? Yeah. I'll get back to you guys.
This is the 99% Invisible City. I'm Roman Mars. For the first time in a long time, I'm in our office in beautiful downtown Oakland, California. A couple people actually still work here. 2 people can occupy the space without violating any social distancing guidelines. There's 2 entrances, there's 2 different bathrooms, there's 2 different kitchens. I usually work at home, but today I'm here because our first book, The 99% Invisible City, has just been released into the world. Since it's a guide to the city with stories and histories of the seemingly mundane things around you, my co-author Kurt Kolstad and I are going to use it to explore all the everyday objects right outside our own headquarters.
But before we even leave the office, just looking out the window, there's a brick building next door. And the tops of its walls are dotted with a bunch of square metal plates. These anchor plates are a few inches across, they're pretty thin, and they're spun in a bunch of different orientations. So even though they're painted to blend in with the brick, once you notice them, they kind of stand out. You can think of them like giant washers with bolter rods tying them into the bricks and helping brace them against the facade. And these ones happen to be square, but I've seen others in the neighborhood that are round or octagonal. In fact, anchor plates like this are pretty common in the Bay Area, in part for seismic reasons. They help make sure that loose bricks don't fall off buildings and hurt people during earthquakes. These particular ones are way up high where the walls overrun the roof. So there's a parapet up there where the bricks can't be braced against the main building. And so someone installed these and connected them to metal braces on the rooftop that you can't actually see from below. In other places, though, you can see anchor plates all the way down a facade. And in those cases, they have a ton of work to do. They help hold up entire masonry walls that might otherwise be at risk of total collapse. In the book, we have an illustration with a bunch of different shapes that you can look out for in whatever city you're in. There are squares and circles and stars and other geometric forms, but there are also some really ornate ones, like this huge curving S shape that holds up an old stone wall in Europe. But whether they look good or not so good, they've got a job to do, and they all look better than the alternative, which would be, of course, a pile of stones or bricks.
So if you walk outside of our building and look back, you will see a beautiful black ornate fire escape. I love that we have a fire escape on our building. I know a couple people on the staff, they climb out on it and they watch the city at night. I never do that because I'm a big chicken. Fire has long been one of the greatest existential threats to a building and its occupants, but fire escapes became widespread kind of late in the game. Back in the 1700s, fire escapes weren't built-in features, but rather mobile ladders on carts hauled to blazes by firemen. Other solutions for escaping a fire in a multi-story building in the 1800s included parachute hats. I think you can imagine both how those looked and how they did not work at all. There was even this widely circulated plan that proposed that if there was a fire, that archers from the ground would shoot arrows with ropes attached to them for residents on the upper floors to shimmy down. But eventually, we settled on iron fire escapes attached permanently to a building's facade. Fire escapes are thankfully not used very often, but unfortunately this also means that they can fall into disrepair especially if a landlord is prone to cutting corners. The infamous Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire that killed 146 people in 1911 was a national tragedy that spurred a lot of change in terms of workers' rights, but it also made people look closely at how we need safe and plentiful means of egress from buildings in case of emergency. In this instance, one of the things that caused a lot of the deaths was that the fire escape collapsed under the weight of all the people trying to flee for their lives. Since then, and especially today, managing the flow of people during an emergency is a top consideration. It's still not perfect, obviously. If you look around the city, most buildings don't seem to have fire escapes anymore. The newer buildings never do. But looks can be deceiving. These buildings, they do have fire escapes, but they've essentially been swallowed up by buildings, evolving into fortified stairs. Fire stairs often double as ordinary staircases used on a daily basis, but they have extra protections and...
Good morning. It is currently 9:19 a.m. January 29th. I have some homework that I need to do. I put clothes in the washing machine, and then I think I'm just gonna do some more reading for my classes that I have this week so that I could just enjoy the weekend. But yeah, enjoy this time lapse. Sorry, I'm back. Side note, I have about 10 boxes of Amazon books that I have to read for my classes this semester, so I'll be waiting for that to come in the mail, I think Saturday, tomorrow, but I'll do a little unboxing in a separate video, I guess. And then maybe like a what's in my bag, even though there's no school where I live, so everything's online. But cheers. Welcome back. Wow, so I got the Joby Grip Tight Gorilla Pod, so that is what I'm using now to hold the camera, and I'm so excited. It's so easy, like, just to move it. Like, I don't have to like be careful with the camera now. Yeah, so let's go to downtown Disney.
Like sink.
Oh, like
Head in sink.
well, that seems a lot, though. No,
And I have to be like standing straight and I have to...
that works.
You could just splash water on my face, but like
I feel like
it does work.
I feel like dunking is a little aggressive.
No, there's a certain way you do it, and it slows down your heart.
But I do like this one. have a good discount.
I don't even own one of those.
So this is the Lunar New Year collection at World of Disney. So nice. Everything is so beautifully made. The gold inlay, wow, looks sharp. Sorry I didn't talk in this video. It was like kind of weird, like talking with like a mask on, so that's why I didn't do it. But yeah, these are like the good luck like little envelopes that you give kids like with money in it. Lunar New Year Mickey, cute. Lunar New Year shirt, and then I believe above that is the Lunar New Year spirit jersey. I think it's Year of the Ox too. Yeah, go check out World of Disney if you want to get all this merch. Super exclusive.